and thank you to the independent group for this motion, which I obviously wholeheartedly support. It's nothing short of disgraceful that people still must fight for water 100 years after the state has been formed. And the motion being debated states that clean water and wastewater systems are essential components to grow communities, and that it's essential that we invest in infrastructure necessary to attract families to live, work and raise their families. And it's shameful that this basic infrastructure is still denied to many in this state. Too many households don't even have access to the group water schemes, and I do want to commend all of the volunteers across the country who have provided water and worked so hard in their communities over the years. In my own constituency in Mayo, people are still fighting to access clean running water through community water schemes. It's wrong that they have been forced to fight tooth and nail for the most basic infrastructure requirement, but it's even worse that some are being denied access even to group water schemes. Downpatrick Head Community Water Scheme thought that they would finally see progress after 20 years of campaigning in June last year when they received grant approval. However, the goalposts were then moved. They were told that there was an additional cost of €18,000 and that they needed to find another 9 houses for the scheme. This community has funding been pulled from them again back in 2008, and they're now scared that the same thing will happen again. They're scared that all of their hard work will be in vain. Again, we have the Morris Water Scheme, which has been campaigning for clean water supply in their area for over 20 years. 600 households without a clean water supply in 2021. They have still not even been allocated funding yet. They were successful in their, if they were successful, their community would have to pay 15% up front. And every election comes around, and at every election there's an announcement that things are going to happen, and then they don't happen. There seems to be no understanding that there are some families who simply can't afford to make the payment up front. Achill Island, in the middle of a global pandemic, was left without water for months last year. But the fact is that the treatment plant doesn't have the capacity to meet the needs. Now, I welcome that some works have been done on there in recent times, but we want a permanent solution to the problem of water on Achill Island. I mean, I got correspondence from Irish Water today, and in that correspondence was saying, well, we hope it doesn't happen this year, and we have put some works in place, but if it does happen, we have tankards on supply. We're going to supply water through tankards. That is just not good enough for rural Ireland, and it's not good enough for Achill Island.
Deputy Martin Kelly.